compete. They cannot lose the plot right now. Empire are being manhandled on these two maps, and they need to figure it out quickly.
Yeah, I want to say one thing that Soniqs do a little bit better right now is that they seem like to have a more clear-cut game plan. You know, bringing the Ying, bringing the box, six-picking and flexing tons of times. Empire, they have no clear-cut way to win this round, but they do have grenades, they do have manpower, they do have good weapons at their disposal. All it comes down to now is the gunplay. Who gets to win the gunfight? They get to take the round.
Joystick drops, by the way. He's inside a pill. Is that the real one or is that a Gemini? I can't tell. Always down to Yeti. First pick goes to the Soniqs, but it's the real Joystick, by the way. Not an imposter. Grixter sees an opportunity. He seizes it, swinging right onto him. Rexon now at the back of the stairs. He's positioned by pillars, collapsed upon by Empire. 2 kills from Scyther. Everybody falling. Super in a 1v3. The heroics from Soniqs have come hard and they've come fast. But is Super the one to do it? The answer, no. A fast and furious start to this half for Empire, and they'll take their very first attack.
Gunfights, gunfights, gunfights. Whoever has the most guns pointed in the same direction has the favor, and that time it was Empire. Yes, they didn't get the opening kill per se, but the follow-up came within a fraction of a second, basically equaling it back to a 4 versus 4. Of course, the player of Rexon, isolated on that pillar position, couldn't do much to help his team. Super stock and elbow because Maverick was holding him as well. He could only go back through the bomb site rotation, but that doesn't really help your teammates a whole lot, and he was left in that 1 versus 3, which he had a very hard time winning because, again, SMG11, long distance against 3 opponents, it's just not going to happen, or at the very least, is extremely unlikely.
Potentially even blue.
This is good from Empire, by the way. They have 2 players outside of blue construction, meaning that if one player's only there, you can get singled out. They have 2 players outside construction, meaning that they can help each other.
Nades getting ready as the magnets have been burned now by that 5 ping that you see on your screen, and guess what? It hasn't really done anything. Rexon sitting by the smoke. He needs to drop. He needs to watch the drop and also watch the main door. This is going to be such a hard spot. Unless there's somebody to cover him, he is effectively a dead man. Down on the ground, Empire is struggling with this one. But there's a nade now to clear him out, and a beautiful throw from Joystick. They've got the coverage and they'll drop. Empire looking to charge into the bomb site, but they are meeting Soniqs head on, battling back. Leaving just Joystick in a 1v2 with Grixter and Kansan still upright, and Joystick will have to march to the bomb site. He's got full HP, but he's only got 10 seconds left. The Soniqs looking to go to match point, and oh my, or go up closer to match point. They're going to take round number 5 on their end, and they are just inching ever so closer to putting Oregon and this match away.
Empire actually doing a very good job at opening up that round. They recognized Rexon inside of blue. They wanted to deal with him first, which makes really good sense. And it was a great drone. Yellow ping came out. Nade got tossed. That opens up the round for the rest of the Empire team. But Super swung, got 2 headshots just back to back, straight off the bat. And that then brought the favor back into Soniqs. And then it became a trade fiesta into that 1 versus 2, where Joystick had no time, no control, and no information to really act upon.
Does not bode well in what is quite a tough group.
I really like what Yeti's doing. He same story as in Clubhouse. He got the opening kill to C4. Now he's playing inside a garage. He has a vertical hold to the main stairs, and he can go for the flank if he wants to. Yeti continuously is applying pressure both of these maps so far, and it's really well done. He recognizes that he might be needed upstairs, now runs away, but the damage has already been done. He succeeded.
Empire's got 2 grenades left, 4 flashes. In terms of secondary utility, they've already expended a lot of it. Both Shepard and Joystick have dropped those nades. In fact, they actually don't have any nades left at all. All 3 sets of their nades are done and used. So what are you going to do? You're going to have to burn with these flashes, 4 left. Grixter posted up a big window as Team Empire realize you've only got 30 seconds to go, and they're going to have to make the most of it. Smoking off the entry point from inside a closet towards Games is Super. He's got 1 toxic canister left, and with 25 seconds to go, there will be a moment for Empire to charge in. They're going to try. Scyther goes in, gunned down by Super, traded out by Joystick. Shepard next to fall. Holding against this is Joystick, and match point is the Soniqs. If Joystick cannot get a 4K, he can't. Grixter says no thank you. Down he goes, and just like that, it's series point for the Soniqs.
Map and series point. I wanted a clear-cut plan, and I saw what I would almost call inefficiency in the strategy of Team Empire. Essentially what happened was that they wanted to thermite breach the generator wall inside a master bedroom. And to do that, there's a kite claw on the wall. So the first step for Empire is to clear out that kite claw. Makes perfect sense. But the way they chose to go about it did not make any sense to me whatsoever. It was the Maverick who went to the generator window outside the building to nade the kite claw off the wall. When you have 6 grenades, that's 3 sets. It was the Maverick of all people who did it, who could have gone big tower, who could have breached the attic wall, apply double-sided pressure, get that hammer and anvil position, basically making the enemies fear you because you can be anywhere. But instead, it's 4 guys master bedroom. It's the Maverick Nate and the Kite Claw, it's joystick alone bottom right stairs. And then, well, it didn't go in their favor. They're doing a very simplistic way of attacking the map, and I don't think that's gonna work right now. It clearly isn't working right now.
They've got control of this small tower now with half of the round to go. There is no contest from the Soniqs whatsoever in the bomb site. There's nobody in the bomb site. A-bomb completely clear. Kansan is in B-bomb. Nobody inside of showers right now. Most of this bomb site is completely vacated, and Empire will read into that. The Soniqs are going to be playing keep away from the exteriors, the peripherals of the bomb site, the peripheries of this bomb site, and then fight for a retake, Nick.
No toxic babes either, so it's looking really dire for Soniqs. Once Empire walks in, again, it's going to be all gunfights, but the gunfights goes in favor of Team Empire.
And Dan takes down Kansan, finally. Soniqs are able to do one. Looking for more, Rexon trying to drag as many down with him. Grixer and Super in on it, but now it's Super in a 1v3. And oh my, what a strategic error from the Soniqs. They thought they could fight from behind, they thought they could fight from the back, and potentially get a retake. But no, Empire read into that beautifully, and that is more of what we expect from Empire. That's the aggression that we see. That's the assertiveness that we see from Empire. They take command, they get an early pick, they immediately read the bomb sites full or empty, and they just fully commit.
Soniqs, again, every single player sitting on the bomb side. We keep talking about how slow Empire is in the early round, and then we see Soniqs, like, again, just like sitting around on side, not even trying to deny drones. In fact, there's all 10 drones live from Empire. If Soniqs had just ran up each staircase with 1 player, shot 1 drone each, I would argue you're buying 20, 30, 35, maybe even as much as 40 seconds of time. And right now, you'd be in a great position if you had done that, but you didn't. So now you get I'll work with this against you with almost every single drone available, 9 drones left now for Empire and half the round to work with. Soniqs will have to just again get aggressive. They will have to win the gunfights because strategically they haven't really won the round so far. That is on the side of Empire.
Dan's creeping up towards the back of the stage, heading all the way in to finish roam clearing right now with Scyther above. Watch that opening. Joystick is already inside a freezer. He is tantalizingly close to the bomb site. This one has absolutely flown by. So we have just a little bit over a minute to go. This is not your conventional pillars and back of the map bomb site take. This is Empire wanting to deal with Freezer and over by Laundry. Exactly to what we saw out of the Soniqs. And well, Joystick inside of Freezer starts things off. The comeback is very real, folks, as Yeti falls. There go all the Candelas. Grixer blinded, Joystick blinded as well. Some friendly fire, not verdant, obviously. And there goes Joystick. Grixer firing away. Shepard will join him on the ground, finished off by the smoke. Dan is next one up, breathing in that toxic canister. Grixer's been dropped, finished off. Rexon needs to be picked back up. It's 3 huge kills for Empire. And now Rexon inside of blue with the matchup on the line for his team. Gives his position away. This is dire straits. He's got tons of marks, but he's going to have to stop that diffuser from being planted, and Dan has a much better shot. Huge 3 kills from Dan, and Empire still very much in this. We're going to the 12th round to settle the score between these teams, and the Soniqs are going to take a timeout. So, Soniqs need to settle themselves down. They have 1 shot before overtime is on the books.
Oh, I see Rexon hunting for drones and assembling the roam. I want to see more of that. Essentially, I want to see Kansan maybe join him on that roam game. Now, Super was making rotation holes, so the floor is... No, Rexon, go back upstairs! Go back up the stairs, don't go down the stairs. No, he's back in his corner. So the Flourish drone already killed the shield and elbow. It cleared the ADS. Cypher, great value. Super, now your position is compromised. Oh, they got a spare shield to rotate it over. That's great, but... Again, Empire is slow. They haven't opened up a single door on this map yet. They just started droning. Rexon gave up that big tower, but now it's getting droned out. Now would have been the right time to stick around. And again, Empire has all 10 drones on the board. You see it top right of your screen. Now it says 9. That's the 5+4. And Joystick doing what Joystick has done the last 3 rounds in a row. Sneaking down to Freezer stairs, destroying that default cam, and now again Soniqs are going blind. They have 1 bulletproof to their name, and that is the only piece of information that they have available to them for this entire round.
We talk about information, we talk about how much it impacts a team like Empire, and the rounds where Empire loses that intel, whether it be on attack or on defense, they have a hard time sticking with it. Well, now it's time for the Soniqs to also be punished by that lack of information.
It is.
The halfway point here in a very crucial round, Soniqs looking for the knockout blow against Empire on what would be, to many people, despite the fact the Soniqs come in with a higher global ranking and as the defending NA champions, a bit of an upset just based on pedigree and how we expect Empire to be. I would say it's an upset. Soniqs are just about
Super? No. Oh, that's the second shield gone that same exact position. They rotated one ADS over and a new shield. Now they're gone again with a minute left. This is terrible.
There's another Rotero drone ready. The final one from Scyther's upstairs inside a meeting hall. Candela's also ready to get dropped down into box. Are there any eyes that'll be looking in that particular direction? The Warden positioned perfectly for that, by the way. Activating those smart glasses, he'll be able to look through the flashes and any potential smoke. And there you go, right in the midst of it. And it's Grixer playing it perfectly, but there's backup. Scyther charges right in. Is he spotted now playing inside a box? The Soniqs trailing, but they even it back out. 3 apiece. Case is down. The Soniqs know they have the control. Joystick felled by the gunfire from Super, trying to keep in this. It's always in Shepard with them equalizing yet again. Back and forth on the seesaw of a round. So critical for both of these teams. The Soniqs looking to go up. With 2-0, this would be huge for them in the group. They've got to confront both Super and Yeti. Shotgun out at close range. He's on the ground, waiting point blank as the proximity alarm continues to go, trying to bait him out. Yeti swings onto it. Super hasn't been called into action just yet. 2 seconds left. Super not enough covering fire, and Yeti doesn't know what to do. He's left to twist and turn, firing against Shepard, and it's overtime. The Soniqs choke it in the 12th round, misplaying the final 2 kills, and Empire has all the momentum.
That was not a 2 versus 2 Parker. That was a 1 versus 2 times over. The lack of team help from one another. First, it was Yeti that was isolated. Then, it was Super that was isolated, leaving Yeti in an impossible position. And oh my, do you know the saying? What is it like? Insanity doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result?
Well, I believe that's the case, yes.
Soniqs has now done the exact same basement setup 3 times. It hasn't really worked any of those times, and even with a timeout, that wasn't enough to turn it around. Now Empire tied it back up 6-6 OT. And Soniqs will go up above.
So if the Soniqs are not great on defense, watch them do really well on defense. If it's an attacker-sided map, the defenders will do better on overtime.
I like this.
By the way, grenades being tossed in, Candela's going off. What about this do you like, Nick?
I just like the fact that they're using the Candelas from outside the building, but the smoke canister from Super actually stopped them from jumping in. Now Yeti, can he find the white star skill? He does. That's the opening kill onto Joystick. That's huge. Follow up from Ranxen onto Dan. That makes it a 5 versus 3. Now Soniqs looking good being in those corners.
You have to wonder how they weren't able to accomplish this on the previous 2 rounds, but Empire charging back. First kill is going to be on to Super. Right now, inside a trophy, a Rooney gate, that laser gate taken out by one of the flashbangs of Scyther. He moves back over to the opening that we see over by Closet. Down goes Shepard. Another flash goes in, and Grixer with that long-range DMR doing some significant damage. Yeti falters, but with 10 seconds left, Diffuser needs to be retrieved and brought into the bomb site. Diffuser picked up, so that's 1 step that's been completed. Scyther doing some overwatch. Again, looking towards Closet door, waiting for somebody to peek on out. Nice shot from Scyther, but he can't get more than that. Always is a sitting Duck, and Duck is indeed on the menu tonight. The Soniqs take their first defensive round in almost 10 minutes, and they again are on match point.
Oh boy. So Soniqs, they kind of did the same formula. They kind of sat in their corners, but this time around, Super actually, huge player. When the Candelas came out from outside that attic balcony, through the dorms window and through the attic window, Super ensured that nobody could push through with the flashbangs by smoking off pretty much the only entry point they had. And at the same time as him smoking that big window jump in, you also had Yeti down below, flank Joystick on the white stairs, basically saving the round. So Yeti being proactive on the map, saving grace of the round. Super holding down the side as the anchor, saving the round. Roamers, anchors in union, ensuring that they work together. Yeah, keep in mind that Warden is being played from Scyther, so when this execute comes out, we need to keep our eyes on him. If he shuts down the push, or even takes out the Ying on the execute, that could be so important for them. However, if that doesn't go in favor of Team Empire, then we gotta look at the entries that usually comes out from Grixer and Rexen.
More drone work being done at the bottom of Laundry Stairs. The Soniqs favor this execute. It's from the front of Laundry and over by Freezer. So the portion of the map on the back, once again, is not considered by this team. Candela's going out as the diffuser in the hands of Super needs to get planted. Scyther swings. Rexon wins that one, but immediately Empire comes back. 3 big kills from Empire, leaving Super and Rexon in a 2v3. Proximity alarm will not continue to harass the Soniqs, but Super will need to get down to the bomb site, trying to rotate on over. Joystick waiting for it, walks right into the line of sight for Rexon as Super drops in a hopeless spot. 1v3. Empire looking to push this to coastline, and with 1 second left, well, they'll push it to the final round, and this will be do or die. It is a best of 1 round between these teams. If the Soniqs prevail, that's it. It's over. If Empire wins, we have a 3rd map on the books. In regards of the mental, though, moving to a 3rd map for the Soniqs would be a tough thing to come back from. Once again, this is a team that needs to prove themselves.
Not again!
Oh no,
He practically has been staring down this drone twice now. He did it the previous time around as well. They actually did it twice. 2 of the Intero drones, both of them got the ADS, both of them got the shield because they had to move the Warden shield to replace the smoke shield because of this exact thing happening. He's just driving past people. Either we gotta start, opening our eyes a little bit more, or we gotta stop bringing the mute. It has to be one or the other. Like, it can't keep happening. All right.
Dandron's out the back tower stairs, by the way. Back tower as well. T3, T2, both completely clear. Super hasn't fallen off this position, though. As much as he lets the Rotero drone go by and he loses the command of elbow,
they replace it.
Still playing there, and there's another shield lined up.
Yep.
But think about it. If they assume that that's done, this might be a deliberate strategy from the Soniqs so that they don't think Empire will re-drone it with a Rotero drone. They might assume that they've got blue control when exactly they don't. And that's why Super is there. And look at where the Rotero drones are going to be. Over by Freezer. So blue, they thought they got it. They did not. This is a deliberate strategy, evidently, by the Soniqs.
They are intentionally not shooting the Intero drones so that...
Are you calling them Intero?
I am calling them Intero drones. Yeah.
Rotero drones.
Rotero.
As much as I would love the Intero drones, I can promise you.
Ever since you said it the first time, I was like,
Rotero.
Is that a red?
Intero drones are
I call
nowhere
them
near
Flores drones.
Flores drones.
Beep boops, so beep whoops. I don't know. Anyway, they're exploding. They're doing stuffs. Joystick playing Freezer as always. That's a Gemini, by the way. It's like middle of the set just running around. Somehow not shot yet. There it is. Good job, Grixer. Making sure that the information game stops in its tracks. But same story for the 5th time in a row. We got 5 players from Soniqs all in the basement. Once again, once again, it'll be a lethal last minute here on the round. Final round to go out. Whoever wins this one takes it home or takes it to 3rd map.
Oh, that's just a little bit of shaky aim from the Soniqs. They're going to need to hit their targets a little bit better than they hit that drone. Kansan watching the bottom of Laundry Stairs. 40 seconds left in this round. Toxic Canister goes out. 1 Candela left from Dan. It gets baited, and the Soniqs are going to just completely remaneuver. Kansan engaging bottom of the main stairs. Takes out Shepard. It's a drop into Freezer. Down goes Grixer. Best opportunity that we've seen from the Soniqs. Kansan in particular with 2. A third, but he misses his shot, so no. Dan takes control of the front of the bomb site. Super now exposed, but yet he takes down Scyther. Dan with the diffuser in hand. Joystick will have to cover. He gets Yeti, but there's nobody to stop him in his tracks. Joystick's still there, and they get the diffuser down. Empire will get out of the bomb site. Up the main stairs they go, and Rexon can see the diffuser, but there's an open hatch above him. They don't know if they have any intel. Is there a pre-placed drone? Can they potentially long-arm it? Rexon trying to keep his eyes on the players above. Super taken out. It's Rexon in a 1v2. If he does not prevail, we go to coastline. No intel whatsoever. Empire have pulled off the comeback of comebacks, and indeed they take the map of Oregon. We go to coastline, elation across the face of the Russians, and it is the Soniqs in spectacular fashion choking Oregon.
You know what the young boys say? Sheesh! What a banger of a map that was! All the way to max OT and Empire, as you said before, strikes back. Oh boy.
Don't do that again. Please don't do that again. I beg.
It was a one-time thing. It had to be done. I gotta represent the youth. Even though my hair is falling out, I can still do the things of the young C's, as we call them. I feel younger when I do that. I don't know about you, but
I certainly don't. I feel like a boomer. What? Unfortunately for the Soniqs, and unfortunately for fans of that team, this was a very poor finale to Oregon. Empire just woke up. They woke up. That was it. It was the Soniqs in part falling off, but Empire learned to take map control faster, play more aggressively, play quickly, and use utility in the best way that we've seen over both Clubhouse and Oregon. And with it, they get a victory. Coastline is up next. But Nick, before we get there, we have a short break for you. So we have an exciting conclusion to Soniqs versus Empire, but we got some sponsors to show you first. We'll be back in just a couple minutes.